I thought we controlled the game for most of the time. I thought that we defended well when we were out of possession, and I thought that we passed the ball well for most of the game. I thought maybe second half we were a bit wasteful with some passes when we got into that final third, but I think overall it was a very good performance.
You've won the game without having a shot on target. 1-2-0.
I've just been told that, yeah.
It's quite an achievement.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often, does it? Yeah. And I'm surprised at that, actually. You know, for all that I've just said, that we were a bit wasteful. I thought that we would actually have hit the target. You know, whether you count hitting the frame of the target as it's hitting the target or not, I don't know. Some people will and some won't. I thought that we had to defend a lot of crosses because they're good at that. They've got real threats in wide areas, players who can manipulate enough space for themselves to deliver good crosses into the box. It was one of the things we spoke about, you know, that would be an area where we would have to be good, and I felt that we were. You know, they didn't win much in our box that was thrown in there.
You said it was going to be a very tough selection policy, but
yeah.
You only made the one
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah.
Why Nelson instead of Cameron?
I feel that sometimes when you're that lone striker, there's a heavy demand on you physically, and I'd always had it in my mind that I would make that change for this game. I felt as well that the way that they play, you know, somebody being better back to goal rather than someone, you know, so Cameron's got that threat where he goes in behind, but I felt as if we needed someone who was more effective back to goal, and Nelson's not as effective as Cameron going that way, but certainly very good in terms of us being able to link off him. But as I say, physically, I just thought that would be the one change that I would make. I actually expected before the Preston game to make more changes for this particular game, but I couldn't, because the performances of players that I may have thought about changing were too good in the Preston game, and they deserve to play again. And you know, I said yesterday that it's a nice problem to have when you've got you're selecting a team from players who are playing well.
Ultimately, that's what you want as a coach or manager, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's that consistency, isn't it? That they're doing the business, so you know, go again, boys.
Yeah, and you know, we've been inconsistent for too long this season, you know, long periods of inconsistency, and you know, up until 4 games ago we hadn't beaten anybody above us in the league. We've now beaten 3 in the last 4, so that's what we should be doing. I fully believe, and it was terrific that we did it against Brighton tonight. You know, I really like Chris, and I hope he's able to kind of celebrate next week. But I certainly didn't want him to be celebrating here.